You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? You're great.
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 You're great. It's been a
Welcome
while
to the-
since we recorded. I'm getting weird.
Yeah, welcome to the Hug Life podcast. I'm Mike Too Much Coletta.
And I am Monica. Not enough. Nevi.
Ow, that one hurt right in the middle. You're never enough.
Or it's a good thing. Like I feel like I never get enough Monica. You know, like they want more.
I see.
You leave the people wanting more.
I like
No
how you
one's left
positive
one of my
spun that.
shows and been like, I really wanted more.
They were like,
They're like,
that's
that
too
was-
much.
That was an adequate to perfect amount, actually.
Well, that's good. That's better than too much.
Oh man. Okay, so you got shows coming up. You want to plug some shows?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I gotta think about it for a second. Well, this
Like-
weekend I'm at a private show at a campground, so you can't go to that.
Can't go to Monica's campground shows.
No, but next week is
He's bumping the microphone.
what are the dates of next? Look at my calendars right here. Hold on. Sorry.
Sorry if
I'm
my cat's bumping the
prepared.
microphone, everybody. Things are getting real over here.
Disrespectful.
She's the world's
Okay.
worst podcast producer.
October 15th, I'm in Moses Lake at a venue in that town. October 16th, I'm in Marysville for the Ladies of Laughter at the Marysville Opera House. That sounds fancy.
It does
I'm
an
also-
opera house.
Supposed to be a Jai Tai that night, but I don't know if I can make them both work. So we'll see.
We'll see what
October
happens.
20th, I'm in Bremerton. October 22nd, I'm at the Beach Club in Lincoln City. October 23rd, I'm at Trusty Brewing in Vancouver, Washington. And October 24th, I'm at the Velvet Rope in Portland, Oregon, which is a sex
Nice.
club.
Oh, the velvet rope.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh,
you can
Kat,
come
you are
in
going
if you're not a
crazy.
member. You just have to pay more, I think. So
Do they say that was CUM or is it just COME?
it is, I think the show's called Oh My God, Yes. And like every event they do has some sort of like innuendo in it. It's really fun. Like I looked at their website for a while. Apparently it's the original lifestyle club.
I like
Portland.
it. They call it a lifestyle club. Is what they
That's
call
what it's called. It's called lifestyle. That's what the swingers are technically called. I learned
Hey, it's
the
my
last time I
lifestyle,
performed
everybody.
for swingers.
my
Yeah, those are the
lifestyle.
October shows. Come check it out. And then we also have the secret shows on the 5th of November. And I am producing a big theater show November 6th at Carco Theater in Renton, Washington. Get your tickets now because the price goes up on October 16th. So purchase them now. Tyler Bowe's headlining. I'm hosting. It's going to be great.
It'll be a fun time. Well, I'm going to be at the can you say when you're on a Don't Tell show? I didn't even know that.
Oh, I think you're not supposed to say where, but you can say that you're
I'm
on
going to
it,
be
right?
on a Don't Tell show
I don't know.
in October. Boom. Keep it as vague as possible.
Cool. Oh my God.
I know
Delilah.
she's on a whole new level of
I
crazy right
think
now. this
there's
cat.
a power imbalance between you and the cat.
It's because I
She's
just got- I
clearly
just
in
got home.
control.
I just got home. And she loves me. So what can we do? Okay. So in November on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I am going to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan
Nice.
with Kelsey Cook
At
And
Dr.
then-
Grins.
at Dr. Grins Comedy Club, man. Dr. Grins. It feels like it should be like sung like a funk song or something.
I didn't get funk from that, but okay.
Dr. Grins. Or like, I guess that's all like classic rock is what it is.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
I don't know. I always think of like Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem from the Muppets, and they're kind of like funk rock.
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
I love them.
It's
by the
more
way.
that-
big,
okay.
big fan. Is that what you get?
Not from what you were singing, but I understand where you were trying to go.
You know, if I could put my life into a thesis statement, that would probably be it. And then also, this is kind of far away, but the 26th, 27th, and the 28th, I'm going to be at the Sacramento Punchline with Kelsey. So it's kind of weird. October is really light for me. And then November, it starts heating up a little bit.
Well,
so,
there you go. Check it out. ColettaComedy.com.
And check out monica.com.
Yeah.
But
We also have, I'm just going to say this part, Patreon episode. If you are listening, new Patreon is available. So if you're on the Patreon, which you should be, patreon.com/HighLifePodcast, new Patreon up. Check it out.
check it out. We talk all the shit. I actually have a little bit of a topic I want to talk about on the Patreon.
Oh, you do.
I'm going to
Have you written it down so that we don't
tease it.
forget?
I can't forget because it was just last night and I just said it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Won't forget.
Okay.
Okay.
I was last night. That'll help me remind you.
Yep. That'll help me. You remind me.
Do we have any lexical embraces?
I do have a lexical embrace. I wrote down spooky buildings, but in a fun way.
Okay. What would make it
I
fun?
stayed in the lighthouse keeper's house at Cape Disappointment last weekend, which is the Cape they named after my comedy career. Hey,
Yeah, I was gonna
okay.
say that's what they call your bedroom.
Boom. Just the room. It's a disappointing room.
Cape disappointment.
They're like, yeah, the sex isn't bad, but the curtains are terrible.
It's poorly decorated. That's
Poorly decorated.
so distracting though.
Lego
because it's poorly-
everywhere. You can't even focus. But yeah, so I stayed. It's weird because it was definitely creepy at night, but then you kind of get used to it on the second night, and it was kind of like fun. I'm like, I'm in this spooky old house that's from like the 1800s. It's creaky. You hear noises. Things get weird.
Freaky,
like-
freaky.
But it's like historical. It was
That's
super
cool, I
fun.
guess. Yeah.
I was into it.
Okay.
What about
I
you?
like that. I'm gonna lexically embrace. Now this is weird because it's not a general thing, but like I mean it to be specific. Good
Okay.
acting.
Good acting.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm saying maybe someone you already like, maybe an actor that you already like or something.
Danny
they-
DeVito.
And okay, Danny DeVito in a role that you may not have anticipated him being in, and he just crushes it.
Ooh, I love that.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know really where this. I think it's because. So I watched 9 Perfect Strangers.
I've heard that's good. I haven't seen it yet.
It's interesting. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, the end," and I was like, "The end is not that crazy to me. The rest of it was crazier than the ending." But whatever. It's basically about mushrooms. Nicole Kidman though plays like
TLDR,
a
mushrooms.
yeah. I mean, legit. It's just like a bunch of people on mushrooms. She plays like a Russian guru, basically.
Would you like fancy mushroom? I'm
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman.
Her name's Masha.
I am Masha.
Yeah. So it was interesting, but it's different. So that kind of made me think about it. Melissa McCarthy's in it too, and I always kind of like when she gets kind of serious, you know.
I love her.
There's a lot of people in that show, actually. Oh, but the reason from that show specifically, I was like, damn, she's killing it, is Regina Hall, who we know, I mean, you know from a lot of stuff, but we know from Scary Movie.
Oh.
She's the black woman in Scary Movies, which is like she's very funny comedy actress. And she like destroys it as basically like a kind of a mentally ill battered wife, essentially. That's really minimizing the character, but just a lot different than you've seen her, and she like does a really good job.
I like that. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
I feel like I had another example. Oh, I mean, she never surprises me that she's doing a good job, but Sarah Paulson as Linda Tripp is really really interesting to watch. She's very good.
Oh.
The impeachment. Have you watched the impeachment show? We actually
No, I haven't.
well, because it's not on Hulu or anything
Hulu.
yet, but we actually bought the season because I was so interested to see it. And really good so far. You know, there's 4 episodes, but she just one of those like Charlize Theron and Monster kind of things where it's like she looks different, her mannerisms are different, her, you know, like it really had to maybe do some research for the role.
You know, I
Yeah.
just watched the Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos story.
Mhm.
And that's the exact same kind of thing because you have new actors playing younger versions of these like really cemented roles.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, you know, these, like, you know who Paulie is or Sil, like, you know, these guys from watching the old Sopranos, and then seeing these younger actors just fucking nail it. Like it's
It's
so
pretty
good.
crazy. I mean,
Especially James Gandolfini's son as him is
well,
and he's so good.
you
There was a
must
moment
have
where I'm like, oh, he's
doing a lot of research for many years. Being
well, he
around your own
described
father, but
the process of watching the seasons of because he'd never seen Sopranos.
right.
And he watched it for the role and he'd never seen his dad in it. And he's like, it was unsettling, is how he described it. Like, because he had to learn that. And I hope they kind of do more like young Tony Soprano stories in movies or like in the universe because it was really good. I don't know what the reviews were or anything, but I really liked it. And I'm like, that's
I'd
all
be
that matters.
interested
I
to
liked
see
it.
that. But yeah, it's I guess
Have you seen Sopranos?
no.
Yeah, you might.
I know a lot of people are going back and watching it right now.
Yeah,
but I was
it's
a
more of
little bit
it's
too young and we were too poor. We had
it's a
didn't have
commitment.
HBO. But yeah,
it's a commitment to watch it because it's 8 seasons of an hour-long TV show. So
I don't know why you're challenging me like that, but
I'm just throwing down the gauntlet right now. Okay, can I do my second lexical embrace?
yes, I was
wanted to
just
go
going
back
to
and
ask
forth.
you. That's perfect.
Safeway boneless wings. They're actually
Okay.
good.
Enlighten me.
So
I like Safeway wings. I just really apparently lately have been almost offended by the fact that boneless wings are a thing.
really,
It just feels too chicken nuggety to me. Like it's
See,
not,
and I
it's
think
just a or a
that's-
popcorn chicken. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I
It's not a
think
wing.
that's why I like it. I just am like, hey, chicken nuggies with
I think-
buffalo sauce. Get in here. Get
Yeah.
in this mouth hole.
I genuinely think if they called it something else, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
They called it sauced nuggets,
Yeah.
honey barbecue sauce nuggets.
I mean, we were ordering Wingstop the other night, and Erin, who
You
is
didn't even call me.
also large connoisseur of wings, said she wanted boneless, and I was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Did you leave her? Just leave her right then and there.
No, we did the mix match or
You did
whatever.
the mix match. Wow, that's you know what that is? Compromise.
But I was
everybody.
so upset that she almost did just go with traditional wings because she was like,
Well, that's funny because Katie only likes boneless wings. She doesn't like bone in. So usually I'll either get bone like traditional if I'm really feeling it, or sometimes I'll just be like, fuck it, let's just do 2 boneless because it's cheaper and who cares. And I'm just like, I'm really letting myself down with quality lately.
well, the mix match is a good compromise. You're right, because you can get a 10-piece with half wings, half whatever the fuck that nugget is.
You greatly underestimate the amount of wings I want to eat at a certain amount of time.
Well,
But we
I know
never get the
that's
mixed
what
match for that
we
reason.
get, and then sometimes you
Katie
don't
always
even finish
orders
'em.
a normal human amount of wings, and then I'm like, I'll take 15 minimum.
I mean, if it is Halloween, if you want to see something scary, watch Mike eat chicken wings.
That is true. Monica is one of the few people that has watched me do it. Not a lot of people watch it.
I've watched you many times actually, but
You've been in multiple times in the encounter.
it's a lot of breathing.
It is. It's a lot of breathing. And,
Which is if
and
you were
why?
not prepared and you like
Like,
if
you're
it's
like, what
hot
have I
enough,
done to
yeah.
deserve this? But it's so good.
That would be scary if you were in like a haunted house or something and you
Do
just
you-
started hearing the sounds
Ooh.
of Mike eating wings.
Ooh, a chicken wing themed haunted house. All right.
Ooh.
Call me
Ghosts
scared and
and
in
the
it.
you eat the chicken wing and then the ghost of the chicken that you're eating haunts you.
That's right. And at the end, everyone gets a wet nap just because.
And
You
there's
know,
a clown because
And
there's
there's
always a clown.
There's always a clown.
Yeah, because the face paint isn't red face paint. It's
buffalo
wing sauce. Yeah. We're on to something here.
Haunted chicken wing restaurants. All right, that's it for my lexical embraces. Monica's looking out her window
Sweet.
right now like there's something going on.
Oh. Well, I got some
Is there
crazy
fighting?
neighbors. Yeah, they're yelling at each other, but they're always doing that. And then there was sirens, so part of me was hoping they were gonna get arrested.
Getting busted.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It was an ambulance trying to get through. Anyways,
You ready for the next segment?
yes, I am. Hey guys, good news.
Hi, this is me, Mike Coletta, the host of Good News every time, never changed. The world's tallest observation wheel is opening. Bartenders mix drinks while you ride. This is just a fun one.
What?
Yeah. So you know how Vegas has the giant Ferris wheel? I think they call it the high roller,
Oh yeah.
in Dubai, because of course it's in Dubai,
Yeah,
they
of
are
course.
building the Ain Dubai, which is translates to the Dubai Eye, and it is going to be 820 feet tall. And there is a VIP option that includes catered meal service and private bartenders for your
I mean-
38-minute circular tour around the wheel.
I don't know if I could enjoy food and drink that fast.
Oh, I could.
Well, yeah, but was that? You
No
wanna
one
get the
doubted
whole-
that. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, that might help. No, they didn't. But that might help me with the heights thing if I was focused on a menu.
I forget you're a heights person. You don't really
Yeah,
like it.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Monica's braved a lot. Heights, watching me eat chicken wings, living with me in a studio apartment.
I say if it's been a little while since you've faced whatever the fear is, try it again because maybe it's not as bad anymore. And then also maybe it fucking is, which it happened to me, but still. I was like, I can deal with heights better. And then I rode a roller coaster. I was like, no, I believe yourself, Monica. What are you doing?
What's crazy to me is how across this beautiful nation of ours, there are a bunch of bridges that are scarier than a lot of roller coasters.
Yeah.
Like that you
And they're
drive
just
over.
like, go ahead and drive over that bad
Yeah.
boy. I just did. This was so weird. I just did Cottage Grove, Oregon. Ooh, let's talk about that on the Patreon.
Okay, that sounds good.
And their thing there, like their claim to fame, is covered bridges. Like they have like 18 covered bridges, and then like in every
What a
hotel room,
weird
there's
thing
like,
to be
it's
known for.
really weird. And but that's like it, there's nothing else. And so there's like every place you go into has a bunch of pictures of covered bridges. I mean, they're kind of cool, old timey, but it's also like, that's it.
It's like, what is your town known for? Our buildings have gray walls. We're
Right,
the
we
gray
have-
wall city.
We haven't rebuilt anything in
It's all
years.
gray.
Yeah.
Looks like stonework everywhere, but it's
Yeah,
not.
Sorry. That
It's
was
cheap.
a interesting, good news story for
Thank
those
you.
who are traveling to Dubai.
To
Check it
Dubai.
out.
Mhm.
Check it out.
Do you want to end it out for me?
Yeah. Hey guys, that was good news. Ooh, nice. You have a positive spin topic today that maybe works well with one of your lexical embraces.
Do the
I
positive.
just like that you do that every time and no one can see you. except for
Nope,
me.
it's just for you. 346 episodes just for Monica.
Is that where we're at? My God.
Yeah, it's pretty
I've
crazy.
lost track.
So the positive spin topic today is related to my lexical embrace, the first one, which is being in a spooky building. Does it have to be haunted? No, but is the building spooky? Yes. Is a cat in
Sure.
my drawer of stuff right now? She is. Damn it.
What? Hold on, I'm gonna move this. It might make noise. Sorry, everybody. There we go. Why are you in this building? That's what I need to get in the right mindset here.
So
To positive
I
spin.
like the idea. You ready for me to say the whitest thing you've ever heard me say?
I mean, I've heard some
I'm
tip top
into
whites.
urban exploring. Is that
Can you
a
tell
more-
us what that is? I don't
like
know. What that is.
spooky, like historical exploring? Like, ooh, look at this old mill.
So just exploring buildings.
Spooky
Okay.
ones.
All right.
Holding the cat's tail.
That is a thing. Are you hunting for ghosts, or are you just exploring the building itself?
So this is kind of a controversial topic of mine because I'm realizing I think all of my friends believe in it. I don't think I believe in ghosts anymore.
Really?
I used to. I think ghosts were cool. I think I want them to be real, but every part of me is like, I've never had something scary happen.
Yeah.
As much as a terrified little boy I was for so long, I just don't think it doesn't do it for me. I don't think they're real.
Yeah. I don't.
Do you think ghosts are real?
I don't think so.
I
don't know.
All
I
signs
think-
point to no.
Yeah. I've never had. I feel like there's something else paranormal, I guess. Maybe just in like an energy kind of way,
Getting into a crystal shit.
kind of, maybe, but not really. Like if someone who's passed on is, I don't know. I've heard people talk about like things, not things being moved in their house, but like things that were theirs that had been lost for years, like shows up. I'm not saying that a ghost like went in, the ghost of this person went and picked it up and
Sneaks
then,
in.
yeah, while you're sleeping and then moves it. Yeah. I'm saying there's some type of energy shift that like reminds you of them or something like I believe more in that than it being like an actual like apparition.
Ghost.
Yeah, that's like just standing over your bed or throwing shit around, slamming doors. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. So anyway, I like staying in spooky buildings though, because there's history to them too.
Well, and I genuinely, this is why I think buildings are spooky. Never in my life, which I'm not a huge fan of darkness or, whatever, haunted houses and stuff. I don't like being scared like that. Never in my life have I been in a darkened building or whatever and been like, oh, there might be a ghost in here. I'm like, what if there's just a dude that's alive? Like,
real life is way scarier
that's
than
what
ghosts.
I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of ghosts.
I actually
I'm
was
afraid of
thinking
some
about
dude.
I was thinking about just that when I was in the lighthouse. I was like, I would keep being scared about like things like paranormal, but I should lock the door because it's people
Right, there's
outside.
still- yeah, because
Like-
everyone's like, ghosts can get through the door. You're like, yeah, but people can't.
And
Like,
people
what
are
is
so much worse, and they're real.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, the weird part about this hotel is that it wasn't a hotel. The assistant lightkeepers' houses is they were connected, but they weren't. There was a wall between, like it was a duplex essentially.
Oh, okay. So there wasn't a door between.
Yeah,
the
they
two,
shared a basement, which we were not allowed to go into because that's where the
Ooh.
bodies are. And then it's
but you go in, you
on.
stay there.
It's on the grounds though of the lighthouse, which is also a state park. So you wake up in the morning on a sunny day like Saturday, and there are people in the state park
Just staying and doing
just
park
walking
stuff.
by you. And I'm like, we got to keep the door locked because what about some inquisitive tourist just
Right.
goes, what's in here? Open
Yeah.
it, all our stuff, everything. It's like, it's really weird.
Part of a museum.
So what's good about being in a spooky building? It's positive. I got a positive. You learn something.
What do you learn?
History
Okay.
about the
So
building.
spooky, you're equating spooky to older then, yeah.
Yeah, I think older is usually spooky. Like
That makes sense.
the
Well,
Comedy
creaks
Underground
more.
yeah, the old Comedy Underground was terrifying. But
My
I did
house
feel
is
like
actually pretty old, so it does make a lot of sounds.
settling down. Is
When it was
scary?
so hot here, it was so loud at night just because the wood would like pop.
was it
and
like
stuff.
it's farting? Does it sound like it's farting?
Our two well sometimes, but our closet doors, like if the wood expands at all or whatever contracts, then they move. And so just like out of nowhere in the middle of the night, the door will like slam, but that's because it's just the temperature.
Yeah,
It's
weird.
old wood. But I was
Old
thinking
wood, what they called me in high school.
she needs a fresh coat of lacquer.
This 18-year-old's got ED.
Yeah, I was
Old
gonna
wood.
say, why would they call you?
I realized that as I said
So
it.
when we were in the locker room and everyone else had boners, Mike
Mhm.
didn't. So they called you
Old Frankie
Wood.
Flaccid over here. Can't say my brother's name.
I was gonna
shouldn't have done
say
that. That made it so much worse.
Yeah,
That's like my instinctual F name. I gotta go to Freddie instead.
it's true. Freddie Flaccid.
Old Freddie Flaccid, the lounge singer.
I love that guy.
So good.
Okay, if it's old, then cool architecture. I do enjoy old
That's good. That's
buildings
really
and
good.
and houses and stuff for the architectural.
I think you would
uh,
like this lighthouse. As a fan of Castle Towers,
I
think you'd be really into it.
love lighthouses too.
And the coolest part of
Where
the
was
whole
this?
thing, it's in Cape Disappointment, so it's like
right,
near
forgot.
Grayland, near like on the coach. On the
Oh yeah,
coast.
yeah. That's past
So
the Aberdeen and stuff.
the cool part is because it's nighttime and we're staying there, we can walk around at night, and so we could watch the lighthouse while it was running
That's cool.
and go up, and it's like you could see the Milky Way. It was very clear. It was very cool.
Ooh.
So nighttime was actually the best time to
I
look
have
around
to-
for stuff.
Nighttime is the best time.
It's the right time. Ladies, watch out. Here comes old Freddie Flaccid. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Why do we still do this? Okay, I'm just joking.
Don't know.
Ah,
For sentimental purposes, I think. But
it's the only way you and I talk.
I was gonna say this is more of a check-in at this point. But
Yeah, this feels more like a welfare check.
yeah, we're good. And then all the listeners do the same thing. They check in and then they're fine. They
You
feel
know-
fine. We feel fine. It's the whole point of the damn book.
I like to think that there are people that don't listen for like 100 episodes, and they're like, I wonder if
Right,
Mike and
are they
Monica are still,
okay?
and they're like, they're still going. They're still okay. At this point, if we
A lot of
quit,
comics asked me that. They're like, "You guys still doing that podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Wow." It is a long time, but I'm proud
you
of
know what
that
I like
too.
to think about us? I like to think that we're like artists that get discovered after they're dead, So like, you know,
Yes.
specifically, yeah, so like we'll both be dead.
Somebody will go to a spooky building. Check it
We'll
out.
go to a spooky
We get
building.
murdered.
We'll get murdered. And then everyone will be like,
Then
this
everyone's
is
like-
Haunted Podcast on iTunes. It's really good.
They'll come to this episode specifically because they'll be like, they called it.
But then they'll be like, oh, but you should skip the first 10 because the audio quality is unbearable. Like,
Oh man.
fun times. Hey, Monica,
Hey, Mike.
do you have anything else about spooky buildings?
You could brag to people that you're really brave because you went to a spooky building.
That's a good one. Always the other option. You bring someone you like there. You know what I mean?
Ice, and then you have to like protect them.
I'm
or they-
protecting you in this
protect-
spooky building. Oh my
they're
God.
like,
Let's
you have
go
to protect me.
kiss.
Why do we do this?
Let's
what
go
I'm-
kiss each other in the moonlight.
I see. Yeah,
You know,
Good.
moonlight
Yep.
kisses.
they would think you were brave, and you, and then they do sex to you.
Do sex to you. That sounds so terrible. And then I did sex to her. Okay, you're under arrest because you should never say that phrase ever.
It does sound like they're dead.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and
It's
I
like
did.
necrophilia type of thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, I was thinking later tonight, you and I could do sex. What's that? A drink in my face? Okay, I get you.
I
See you later.
mean, don't hit on somebody like that. But if you heard the way that I talk to Aaron, you'd be like, you are insane, but it works.
You're a crazy person.
Yeah. Didn't just come out of nowhere. Okay. Okay, so they think you're brave. You might see some cool architecture. You learn something from old-timey things. It's a good story, right?
Mhm. You can get someone you like to like you there.
Right.
Yeah.
You could turn like into like.
Maybe even like into love.
Ooh. maybe.
Romantic,
You'd
spooky.
be like, I wasn't sure till we
building.
went to that spooky building.
You know what turned me on? Cobwebs.
No lights.
No lights and cobwebs.
Oh yeah.
I think we crushed it.
I think
nailed
we
it.
did great.
Do you have a charity?
I do have a charity. And it almost sounds like I picked this just because, and maybe I did. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Excuse me. I picked a specific cancer foundation that had a good rating on Charity Navigator, right?
Mhm.
And it just happens to be the American Italian Cancer Foundation. But it's cancer research, education, early detection, emphasizing the unique resources of Italy and the United States. So, because they have good scientific excellence in medicine in Italy and in the US, there you go. Then they help the disadvantaged and medically underserved in New York City and places like that. Anyways, okay.
Nice. What's
Mhm.
the URL again?
Oh, sorry. AmericanItalianCancer.org. It's kind of a long one.
I feel like AmericanItalianCancer.org. It's like
It sounds
It's
like
a
a certain type
cancer
of cancer.
in the US, and
Yeah.
it's American Italian.
It's get it from spaghetti. It's or
All
pizza.
right. Well, Monica, is there anything you want to say to the listener before we go?
Oh, I love you so much.